What is poppin' squad? It is your boy, and I know, man, your boy's been kind of slow on videos, but the semester just started, so your man had to get his stuff ready. But anyways, today we're gonna be talking about something that a lot of people don't want to talk about. Everybody want to front it like it's not real, but let's talk about classified striker for a second. Most people act like there's like this unknown build out here wrecking people that nobody wants to talk about, that nobody wants to admit to because they enjoy it. So let's just expose the build for a second. Pred has gotten heat the whole time. Before Pred was even dropped in the PTS, even though I said it was by far, I mean, just like it ended up being, I said Pred is easily going to be the strongest build in the game, easily, as far as just the bleed was ridiculous. Then they nerfed the house, which changed that a little bit, but it's still, and I mean, pretty much Predator is ridiculous. But it got heat. Like, everybody hates, like, if you use Predator to everybody, quote unquote, you're trash. It's just not a good look. A lot of people are upset over the fact that the bleed is broken and doesn't have counters, all this yada yada yada, which is fair enough. I mean, we all know Predator, how aggravating it is to play against. Even when I use it, I already know. I'm like, this build is cheesy. It is what it is. But for some reason, since Striker was the underdog before, before it came to be what it was, what everybody's making it, everybody makes Striker seem like it's not cheesy as well. I mean, yes, if you're gonna say it takes a little more skill than a Predator's Mark, because obviously you have to land your bullets. But what happens when you take that skill factor of landing your bullets away when you use a shotgun? And we've dealt with Striker shotgun for the longest. I mean, I remember the first Super 90 shotgun build I made a long time ago. I already knew it was broken. I was like, Striker stacks is ridiculous. But now that you get this healing factor on top of the crazy damage you get with classified, I think it's just stepped to a whole new level, and it pretty much deletes every other build. Maybe not Nomad, but it definitely deletes Predator's Mark. After extensively playing, watching it, watching streaming myself, being in the game, using the build myself, I can really say that Striker, to me, Striker Shotgun is extremely cheesy compared to Predator's Mark. At least at Predator's Mark, you can't heal yourself. Predator builds are pretty easy to kill. I don't find myself having problems to kill a Predator's Mark. I just have myself find myself wasting medkits against them. It's not necessarily killing them, it's not an issue. With Striker, killing a Striker is an issue. It's something hard to do when they have those full stacks that they cheat just from auto aiming. All you have to do is strafe till they get their health right back, and their damage is surreal. My Nomad has 670 toughness, and I can almost get like 5 tapped with a Super 90 and a classified Striker. That's ridiculous. And that's with my build at 670 toughness with a regeneration from a Nomad. So I'm not bashing Striker because, like I said, I like Striker. I mean, I like all the builds. They're all broken in their own ways. It is what it is. But I'm tired of people making it seem like Striker is completely legit, and it's just, well, if you're using Striker, that means you have skill. Not really, man. I think Striker is extremely easy to use when you can just get stacks up with a shotgun. Like, you can see, look at my health right there. It's just, you don't have to aim. I've done it before, so me of all people, I know how cheesy auto aiming is on console. I've told you guys this many a times. I know shotguns with Striker is cheesy, but people act like it's not. People act like Striker is the underdog. It's not the underdog. I don't care what nobody says. It's not the underdog anymore. Don't play Striker off like it's not. There is a reason why you see way more Strikers in it easy than you do Predator's Mark, and it's not because people are playing with honor and they don't like Pred or they don't have Preds. No, it's because it's insane. I mean, it's a given. It's easy kills and sustainability at the same time with cheesy stacks, because you get your stacks in like 5 shots. With a Showstopper, it's like 4 shots. It's ridiculous. You don't have to do much but spray, and I think that needs to be addressed. And if you're gonna nerf Predator and you're gonna nerf Nomad, because people say, well, Predator needs the counters. If you give all those counters, like, let's say Adrenaline worked and that's 7 seconds of immunity from Predator's bleed, how in the world is a Predator's Mark going to fight against a Striker that has that? If their health, like, let's say I get 70 stacks, their health, my health is going up and already depleting the damage that I get from Pred build as is, let alone I don't get bled and I can just auto aim, and the only counter to the auto aim, which is the Gas Seeker, it takes forever on the cooldown. it's like there is no real counter for Striker because EMP and stuff do not work as is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it needs a nerf. I'm not calling for a nerf because we all know there's all kinds of powerful builds in this meta, and it is what it is. But I'm just shedding light on what I think is real. I think people need to stop fronting, and that's like Striker is not up there. Striker is definitely, to me, I think Striker is better than Predator's Mark. That's my new opinion on it. At first, when at the PTS, I thought, of course, by a landslide, Predator's Mark, but that was before they changed the way the stacks work. And now that they changed that again, Striker is taking over the DZ one shotgun at a time. Striker SMG users pretty much suck. I have no issues at all with SMG users. Those are the people who really pride themselves in like the skill part. Those people get wrecked by the other builds. But shotguns, it's just left trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger, and I'm not gonna, like I said, before people even hop on this and get to going, all the little haters are gonna say, well, you use it. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just shedding light on it. I don't care. I don't care if they patch it. I don't care if they don't patch it. It makes me no difference. I'm used to it. I'm used to dealing with it. I haven't really ran Striker Shotgun in this patch that much. I probably ran it for like twice in like a skirmish, but my main build is not even set up for shotgun damage. So for the most part, I'm not even a part of it. But to say that this build is not up there with Predators as far as like cheesiness, not necessarily just how good it is, but cheesiness, you're reaching. You feel me? And I think people need to address that. People need to know, if you want to nerf Predator and Nomad, best believe your precious Striker will get nerfed as well, because it's already too strong as is with shotgun. So that's kind of how I see it. I mean, I have my own opinion. People have their own way of seeing things, and I respect it. 1.8 is fun. I think this is by far the most interesting patch. I'm not gonna say it's diverse because you only see 3 builds, and it's pretty obvious what builds those are. And it's for good. It's for good favor. A lot of people tend to hate the idea that they had to run Hexo or whatever, and they gave us powerful classifieds, and now we're here. But let it be known, you heard it here. You've heard it here before. Striker is no longer underdog. Striker is definitely the meta right now. I can't even say Nomads meta because I burn through Nomads. I don't know what it is, but when I run Nomad, I feel like it's super broken. But when I go against Nomads, I feel like they're extremely weak. And I don't know. Maybe it's just because that's my signature build of the meta or whatever. But for the most part, the biggest problem as far as dealing with builds is definitely going to be Strikers. And I'm not saying nerf, like, I gotta reiterate on this because I know people are gonna comment saying, well, you're trash because you got bodied by. I don't get bodied to the point where I'm like, oh, I hate this, because if that's the case, I would have called a nerf a long time ago. I'm just saying, don't front it off like it's okay to use Striker in a meta, and it's not okay to use Nomad or Predator. They are all the same beast. They are all cheesy. And it's in the game, so people are going to use it regardless, but I'm just addressing it for what it is. People have been asking me, like, what do I think about it? Do I think it's broken or whatnot? I just think with shotguns, it's extremely, extremely cheesy. I'm not going to say overpowered because I don't like throwing that word around, but I will say, if you want cheese, if you want immediate cheese, Nomad's not even cheese to me. I feel like, yes, surviving 5, 6, 7 times is crazy, but when you talk cheese to me, I think it's something that's just overwhelming. Nomads just run around until they die, basically. You know what I'm saying? Predators burn you, kill you, get away, and they're tanky, and Strikers do the same thing. So when you say cheesy, that person's not gonna one-man army your team. Most Nomads just escape and until their team comes back. Then that's kind of the play style. Not necessarily my play style, but the ones I come across. You can face tank them and you pretty much play around with them until you're ready to kill them. But with Striker, it's like you turn your back and then they're left trigger, right trigger like 20 times until you're dead, and they get full health and they have their health go up at the same time. That's kind of where I see the issue. And best believe, if they're gonna bring some nerfs, Striker will get hit, and it's gonna get hit hard because of how people are playing it so corny with the shotguns. Before people really realized that shotguns were a thing, they probably wouldn't have touched Striker. But now that it's becoming shotgun savvy, best believe if there's going to be a nerf, it will be that. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, And at the end of the day, use whatever build you want to use, cheesy or not. But stop fronting. Striker is definitely, definitely, definitely just as cheesy. Your boy is out.